So we wind up living in the studio for 3 weeks making the album.
You know, to get to a further level, sometimes you need bigger help.
But guess what? You ain't gotta pay for this shit because I love this shit so much. I'm with you.
Welcome back to another episode of the Producergrind podcast. Carrington Dylan with me.
Let's go. This Grammy Award-winning producer and writer, our guest has worked with Future, Ty Dolla $ign, Joe Gifted, Famous Dex, Lecrae, Scotty ATL, Jose Guapo, Renni Rucci, Miss Mulatto, Yaki, Coca Vango, Keke Palmer, London J, and Trill Sammy. Please welcome to the show, Tasha Catour.
Oh yeah. What up?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
Well, thank you for joining us.
We appreciate you coming out. For our audience, anyone that may not be familiar with who you are, you know, just want to give them a little background, talk about some of your more recent successes that you've had that kind of led to where you're at now.
I mean, he really just said it though, for real.
The WWE intro.
I mean, I got probably some new stuff. I got 2 on Young Nudie tapes. Slime Ball 3 just came out.
Oh, yeah, the one just came out last week, right?
Yeah, I got 3 coming out on Trill Sammy new tape. Future just dropped the Scammalot record. Keke Palmer, me and her doing a whole CD together. I'm gonna executive produce that. Tokyo Vanity, we dropping the tape called Baps at the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Mulatto, I'm working on a joint project with her as well. Just kind of like a female movement I'm trying to do.
I've seen that. So did you start off producing like way back when, or like how did you get into production and then being in the position you're at now?
I started producing 2 years ago.
Word. Like first time ever hopped on FL Studio, first time or whatever?
Well, that wasn't my first time. I did it like maybe like a couple of years, maybe almost 10 years ago, maybe. I just dabbled in it, but I never took it seriously because I wanted to write songs. I started off songwriting.
Okay.
So that's kind of how, what catapulted me here. As far as me building a network and building, contacts up. So, so I was already sending them songs, so now I'm sending them beats.
With the songs.
And here we are, yeah.
So what you use? What software are you using?
FL.
FL?
Yeah.
You just found that to be the easiest one to go to? Yeah, most definitely. We got L over here is Reason Gang. A lot of our people are Reason Gang.
Reason?
Yeah. I fuck with it though.
Yeah, like some old school stuff.
Yeah, I was saying it's like
See, she said Reason?
Yeah.
But I want
Logic or something like
I want to
that.
do some quick math real quick. So you said you've been producing for 2 years.
Right.
But you had the Joe Gifted placement over a year ago, right? So that means you got your first placement less than a year after you started producing. Like, talk about that, because that sounds like a tremendous amount of work you put in a short amount of time.
Well, yeah. And, I feel like, it's favor too. And it's kind of like, and what you here to do. Like, I was songwriting for 10 years. And I mean, I had some success. Like, I wrote for Tinashe and Future. That's how I met Future. That's when he signed me just as a songwriter first. So I was doing it for forever. And then I wasn't making no money for real, though. So I was like, damn, I got to do something else. And I'm always complaining about the producer. I'm like, damn, they getting paid. They getting up front. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you ain't beat them, you gotta join them. I gotta learn some new shit. Fuck it, here I am. You know?
So typically as a writer, you don't get no upfront?
No, you don't get upfront money. You just get your mechanicals and your BMI and all that stuff. But that, take years to generate it. You probably won't generate that if it's not a single. So it's like, where your money coming from,
Do you feel like, go ahead.
Man.
I was gonna ask, do you feel like, because only producing for a year, like that's real, that's like pretty, not unheard of, but that's not common. Do you feel like your relationships that you established as a songwriter and the relationships you have in general just propelled you?
Definitely the relationships and just, going crazy and being passionate and trying to learn it and trying to be competitive and, run with the big dogs, the boys, you know what I'm saying? Shit, yeah.
And that's what's up. You did it after a year too.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
Right?
It is, yeah.
Can you talk about your experience songwriting with Tinashe?
Tinashe?
And I'm sorry, Tinashe, yeah, I said it.
Yeah. Yeah, she's cool. I did her single Ride of Your Life. That was like 2 years ago. So yeah, she cool.
What's it like, just that grind? So you say you don't get up front, you just get your mechanical. So when you're talking about a day to day, what does that grind look like? You in and out of studios, how you supporting yourself during that time?
You talking about when I was just songwriting?
Yeah.
Oh man, life was different because I ain't had no baby then. So it was, when you songwriting, it's way more work. So you got to be there pretty much the whole time versus I can go drop off a pack, go to the next studio, woo, woo, woo. But when you songwriting, you got to be there. You got to, engage with the artists, you know what I'm saying? And that's even if they open to that, you know what I'm saying? Some of them, like, they don't want to give you credit. It just, when the Drake stuff popped off and, you know, Meek Mill, it just made songwriting look, you know, people look down on songwriters and stuff, like, who, you know, scared to even let you in the room with them. So, man, I just had to do something different. Yeah.
So there was a meme floating around a few weeks ago, and it was saying that only 4% of producers in the industry are women. Now, I don't know how accurate that stat is, but there definitely seems to be a lack of female producers in the industry. Why do you think that is?
That's $1 million question. I have no idea. It's a lot of money out here to be had. So I want some of it. I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of female producers, but I feel like they not resonating. They not pushing through. Like they're not breaking the surface. I don't know. Maybe they're not going as hard as they need to be going. I feel like sometimes I be feeling like they beats ain't as hard. Like they got softer beats sometimes. But like you got to be able to run, toe to toe. You got to be play some intro shit and then mine right after, and it's still, rock the party. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Shit, I really don't. I have no idea, honestly.
We get around, we do these events, we've been to Baltimore, Charlotte, Dallas, we've done a ton of events here in Atlanta, and we get about 1 or 2 female producers each time. And they always say they feel like it's harder for them to break in the industry. Can you identify with that story, or do you feel like your story was just what you had to go through?
It depends on, I feel like, even though us women, we don't like to be looked at as emotional, we take things more, to the heart and stuff. So I feel like maybe that's what, keep a lot of them down. But me, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna get my bag. Like, the bigger picture is what I'm looking at. So y'all can say what y'all want. Call that bitch got some fire beats, that bitch got some whack beats. I don't care. Like, y'all, they gonna say what they want to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't let that, knock me off my square. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, maybe the only struggle I would say is like niggas trying to little boy me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let me move more the way I'm doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, nigga, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But now, like, the respect level is coming, I feel like. And I feel like you got to earn it in any industry you try to, come into. But yeah, I don't really have no struggles as a female per se, I feel like. I actually get more love, I feel like, because I'm a female.
You stand out.
Is there any specific advice you would give to, young women producers?
Yeah, maybe don't be emotional, Shit, if you don't say nothing about you getting paid, they ain't gonna say nothing about you getting paid. So talk about getting paid, make sure you get your money. And I hate to be cliche, but stay down. Like, you gotta just push through, perseverance.
When you say don't be emotional, like, what does that mean? Because even like all of us, we're all emotional in their own different way.
Right, in period.
And then, but men handle things different and women handle things different. So let's say for a woman who is like really emotional, which is not a bad thing at all, how do they work with that and use that force? That's a powerful force. So what advice do you have for them to use that and channel it into their
That's
success?
the perfect word. You got to channel it. You got to learn how to, and a lot of people don't know how to do that. Like, but that's what you got to do. You got to, take the energy and place it elsewhere where it's going, catapult rather than hurt, but I don't know. My best friend is like the most emotional creature ever, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even know how to handle her sometimes. We just, we're just going back and forth, but I don't know.
So I read like the feminine energy is like the ocean. It's so powerful, but it is unpredictable. But if you can get it right,
definitely,
like
that's
a hurricane will come through, destroy everything real quick.
Yeah. But on the flip side, man, we geniuses. Like women, we can outthink all of y'all. Like really. So it's like
I don't know.
Channeling it. You gotta channel it. Yeah, I feel like because I put that energy in the other places, that's what
I'm gonna tell you one thing I thought was crazy is we were in Dallas with Cassius J, and somebody asked a question about female producers.
Shout out, Sarah.
Sarah O from Columbus, Ohio. And Cash was saying like, hey, you really want to, change the game, like be a female producer and then build your own female rapper from the ground up. And not a day later, I don't know where, kind of Renni Rucci is in the game, but I seen y'all was doing y'all thing. I'm like, damn, this is exactly what Cash was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you and Renni get together? And can you talk about the project you're working on and just building that?
P had, told her about me or whatever. And she hit me up. She had DM'd me. And she was like, yeah, woo, So she was like, I want to work. And I was like, shit, I want to work too then. Boom. I seen her little following and her style and shit. And she got it going on. So I was like, damn, I want to fuck with that. I want to be a part of that. So, yeah.
I'll definitely say you mentioned that girl power, y'all two on that same way. Yeah. Like when I found out that you produced it and she was on the artist, I was like, oh, that's dope. And it was a hard track too. I was like, that's real dope.
And I like working with the new girls too. Like, I want to work with Nikki and all them too, but I want to, jump on the new wave. You know what I'm saying? I want to, be on that curve. Yeah.
Just something felt, when you see the visuals and the whole package, something about that just felt good. It felt authentic. You know what I mean? It's just something I could really rock with. I'm tired of fake shit.
It did numbers on my page too. Yeah.
Renni Rucci. She's popping on World Star, right? Mm-hmm. Like all over World Star.
Mm-hmm. Was she wasn't in that video with Yachty and then when they was in the grocery store, was she?
I'm not sure. I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I know it's a lot of, because you turn on World Star, it's so many people, so many new acts and stuff. So it's hard to keep track.
How do you feel about World Star? Like using it as a promotional tool or just as a resource in general? Do you feel like it's underused or?
I ain't a World Star person. I don't really be on there like that, honestly.
What did you do to like really promote yourself, or like what platform did you find love from? Like Instagram, is that where you had all your followers? Instagram. Twitter? Instagram
probably my most looked at, most, engagement I got going on.
This guy right here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so great.
So, we see like you sell beats on like Airbit. You have a website where you sell beats. Have you found, success in that?
Yeah, I make money off there. Love Airbit. Yeah. My homie Beat My Smart put me onto that.
Oh yeah. Shout out Beat Monster.
Shout out Beat Monster. He the one pretty much showed me how to make beats. And MP 808 Mafia, I don't know if y'all know him, but nigga fine. Like, yeah, he showed me how to make beats.
How'd you pick it up in a year though? That's why I'm still like,
I was writing for forever, so I know structure, I know melody. So shit.
And you already knew the sound too,
because I'm from Atlanta, so I'm an 808 girl, so I love. Like, it's just,
I was late. I personally was late. But I didn't know about you until that Joe Gifted record, Water. I was late because I had just moved to Atlanta about a year and a half ago, and I heard the Joe Gifted record. Yeah, and then I was up on Tasha Catour, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, like I was talking to my barber, I was like, yo, we gonna interview her. He's like, she did that record, that Joe Gifted record? Yo, that shit hard. Like, talk about that beat a little bit.
So me and my buddy Trey Beats, shout out to him. We did that record. I met Trey Beats and we I guess talked about collabing and stuff like that. He never, looked at me as like a underdog. He just let me come in. Well, he showed me some things too. He actually showed me how to be more melodic, when making my melodies and stuff like that. But anyway, that was actually the first beat we made together, just period. And that beat was crazy because we had sold it to somebody else, Divine. I don't know if y'all might not know him, but he's like old school, like brought up Chris Brown and Gaga and all that stuff. But we sold it to them first, and then it was some drama, you know what I'm saying? But what was I? Anyway, I forgot what was
you
the
talking
question?
About the water beat?
We made the beat, then I sent it to Joe. I emailed it because I've been knowing Joe forever. Like, that's my brother. Like, we're from OCP, you know what I'm saying, together. So it's like, he had got out of jail. He asked me for some beats, and I sent him some and shit. He called me back and said he had a smash. At first, I didn't believe it. When I heard it, I was like, it's all right, it's okay. But shit, when I went to Crucial, and what I was at Club Bankhead too, when it went up, motherfuckers went up, and I was like, we might got one in. Yeah. So, yeah.
So we read also that you're a singer, or at least you used to be a singer. Mm-hmm. So you talked about working with Future, and we saw that you had done some work on that kind of the Astronaut Status mixtape. What was it like working back then? Because I was like the early Future, it was different. The new Atlanta was still kind of bubbling. What was that like?
It was lit. It was lit. I got a lot of my, I guess core following off of that. Like a lot of people remember me from that, and it's like a wow factor. Like, damn, you doing beats now? But yeah, I got a lot of, people start noticing who I was just from doing those features I did for Future.
And so you still working with Future now?
No. Well, I don't know. It's intricate.
Didn't they just drop a record? Y'all just drop
Oh shit, yeah. I mean, but I haven't been working with him like lately. We did that record like
the Scammalot.
Yeah, I was pregnant when we did that record. Maybe like it had to be more than 10 months ago now. Cause my baby 10 months. Yeah. So yeah, we did it, and then I don't know. It came out just now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How do you feel as a producer? You do records, and it can be 10 months to a year before records come out, or they don't come out. Like, how do you? You
gotta have patience in this industry. Yeah, that's all. That's what that's about.
Now, what about producers? They'll tag and they'll be like, "Yo, tag such and such. Tell them to drop it right now." You think that works, or?
Okay, well, say it again.
Okay, you got a record with Yachty, right? And you've been sitting on it for a few months. Some people will go and they'll play like a snippet on their Instagram and be like, "Yo, tag Yachty. Tell him to drop it right now. Drop it right now."
Yeah, I mean, shit. Today it's getting more like that because we got like a popcorn type of now on and now and type of vibes going on. So everybody, records are coming out quicker. But sometimes, like with that record, I didn't know it was coming out. Like, it just dropped. So I didn't know if it was because it has been so long.
Right.
I didn't know if he passed up on it or what, huh?
Did you like count it out? Like, oh, it probably ain't even gonna come out.
Yeah, I forgot about it, honestly.
Like when y'all do, because like I'm guessing, like because it came out as a single, we was trying to figure out. We didn't know if it was on Beast because there was like a Beast Mode link on the YouTube, so we didn't know if it was on Beast Mode. It was like a single, and so like when you making a record, you don't always know like what it's finna be if it's gonna be a project. So you don't know what.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty, man. I love waking up to surprises and just motherfuckers in my email telling them they're trying to give me some money. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Like
definitely good surprises.
I love that. That's my favorite part of this industry. You know what I'm saying? It's just the uncertainty. It's get disappointing sometimes. You get disappointed a lot of the time. But I mean, come with it. It come with,
I'm not surprised to find out you're close to Mark because you got some of Mark's energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
what's Mark's energy?
Like I relax when I'm around B Monster Mark. You know what I'm saying? Because he take everything with a grain of salt.
That's my fucking brother forever. He introduced me to Future. He introduced me to everybody in Atlanta, like music wise. When I'm from Atlanta too, but when I wanted to get into the circle and stuff, he brought me in. That's my brother.
How'd you meet him? Like, how'd you guys form that connection?
I wrote him on MySpace. I wrote him on MySpace. He had some beats on his page, and I wrote him on MySpace. And then he said, "Come pull up, let's hang out." And
that just let you know that y'all been knowing each other
long fucking time. Man.
And it shows the power of just like social media. Even like back then, it was like crazy? That. So that's what you could do now.
Everybody hit up B Monster Mark and collab with him, man. That's
shout out to my brother, man. Go buy a beat off his air beat.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about selling beats online. I know we kind of brushed over that real quick, but what have been some of your keys to success? Like, are you do you use ads? Do you put money into ads, or kind of just strictly off your brand?
Yeah, I just put the link in my bio, and then I just
you put beats on YouTube. No type beats, none of that.
No.
So it's pretty much just straight Instagram promotion?
Pretty much. Yeah.
And that's it, just link in bio. There's nothing, no other strategies, nothing.
You don't do any Facebook ads?
Nope.
What would you tell a young producer that wants to start selling beats? What would you do? Would you tell them to build their brand first? Because it seems like that's what you did. That's
pretty much what it is. You got to build your brand. You got to make them want it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I probably shouldn't say that. Now, what you said now? What was the question? I was going to say something. I was like, nah.
What would be your advice to, a young producer, 2018? They got dope beats. They want to start selling beats online.
No, just put them up there. And I would give them out. That's what I did. I just started giving my beats out. Like, I didn't say, oh, yeah, you got to give me $25. I just gave them out. And then enough niggas started here and fuck it up. Then they started calling me and clicking on my link. And woo. So you got to just, give them a sample.
We know, I know a lot of people personally, or they're just like producers, they're kind of scared to give a beat out because they have the fear that it will blow up, then they won't get any credit for it or get any money for it. Do you feel
they gotta come see you? You got the files, you got the rights, you can get a lawyer. Like, they got to come find you. So, and you know, you gonna hear the record. So I mean, you gonna you do your due diligence. So it's like, I won't worry about that.
At what point did you feel like you needed to start getting like maybe like some legal advice or a manager or
when you start selling beats, like selling exclusive beats, like, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you get your points and everything, your sound has changed and all your bumps, all that shit. Like, you need to make sure you get a lawyer to look at it.
So when you had your website up, you had legal.
No, don't nobody really buy my exclusives off there. I just get the leases. Oh, okay. If they do exclusive, they talk to me. Yeah, most of the time. Yeah.
When you're doing exclusives right now, are you making more money on the front end or the back end?
Right now, I'm making more on the front end. Right now, because I'm really just because it's been like 2 years. I mean, I got my water check from my BMI. You
posted it on Instagram too, did you?
Did I?
You posted.
I mean, posted a lot of shit.
You posted a royalty check on Instagram one time. I think you blurred out the amount though.
Yeah, that was nice.
She was like, "Yeah, that sounds like something I did."
I did.
I said, "It sounds like I did that."
So you signed to Warner?
I signed to Warner.
I'm asking you.
No.
I
didn't.
You signed to anyone?
I ain't signing.
Huh?
You signed to anyone?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. It's a sticky. I'm signed to Future, but we don't. Right now, we just, you know what I'm saying, it's sticky. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's love. It's always love because he's the first one that ever showed me love. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get the business right. You know? That's it.
Wow. I want to ask more, but I know she can't say more. That's big though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm transparent. I don't really care. I don't want nobody to go through the same thing I went through. So it's like, y'all can ask me whatever. I don't, you know.
Could I just ask, if you could go back in time, would you have not signed that agreement?
Definitely.
Definitely not.
Definitely. Hell yeah, I would never did that. Yeah.
Did you feel like when you signed it, your back was against the wall? You didn't feel like it was the best way out?
Yeah, it's kind of like the signing digital. So he's like, what's best for you at that moment? But still, like, that money dry up. If it's a little bit of money, it should be gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get a spot in the car.
What would you do? What would you tell somebody that is whose back is against the wall?
Yeah, because there's a lot of producers who, you know, would sign
20, 40,000.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all would,
So
y'all would do that. I don't look stupid for doing it because I know any nigga would do the same shit. But I wouldn't do it again if I were to go back. You know what I'm saying? But
would you tell them to just, if that opportunity presents itself, that should be like a signal that something bigger is coming and just to wait out and hold out on that?
Definitely.
That sounds like
but
something.
You know, every deal ain't a bad deal. It's just mine wasn't. See, Future, he's a fucking genius musically, sonically. But business-wise, I don't think so much, you know? So that's where it fell off. You know what I'm saying? I was in love with we finna create. Crazy. Yeah, woo, woo, woo. But I didn't look at, you know what I'm saying, damn, you know, us, you know, having a corresponding with the publisher and, you know, all the other, I won't think about it. I just want to create, you know what I'm saying? And now that I'm a little bit older and I'm more savvy in this business, I ask the right questions. I don't just, and I ask more questions, you know what I'm saying? So I don't just go with what you tell me.
Did you have to learn what questions to ask through the experience, or is there any way you could learn it without? You have to.
You got to experience it. I mean, but I will.
You can learn from others, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely, you know, listen more than you talk.
Well, you were signed as a writer, correct?
Right.
So what's the difference between a writer deal and a production deal? Does that writer deal, it doesn't affect any of your production, publishing money?
No, he gets it all. Well, he gets a piece of that. Now, he don't get it all, but he get a piece of that, yeah.
But
not right now, he don't.
But unlike producing, for writing, you don't really get upfront money for that though, right? That's what you were saying earlier.
Say it one time, baby.
So like for production, there's, you know, obviously there's upfront money in some cases, but for writing, is there upfront money usually, or is it?
When you're a bottom tier writer like I was, you know, I had some stuff, but I wasn't no big dog like Esther Dean. She would, but not me, no.
Okay.
What career did you, what's the main differences you've seen between being a songwriter and then as a producer, just in the way you move or the work, the way people treat
respect
you?
level, everything is just like, you know, I'm able to create how I want to create. Like, you know, they look at you different. You know, you just move. It's another movement. Yeah.
So like just having the name songwriter attached to you brings a certain stigma. Like other people.
Not when you killing shit, yeah. You fine. You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, when you killing shit, no. But when you
in the beginning,
when you trying to, you know, that's anything, producing and songwriting. When you trying to get your bearings, you know, it's always gonna be people who are not gonna look at you how you feel like you should be looked at.
Sounds like more like if you're an artist and you already start off with a little bit.
Yes, it's anything. It's all that's all the same to me, really. You know what I'm saying?
So it seems like, you know, they say producers get treated unfairly. Seems like songwriters get it a little bit worse, though. You know what I mean? And now that I think about it, I just thought of this. I know they said Quentin Miller was getting like 50 bands a year for writing for Future. Or not for Future, for Drake. 50 bands for writing for Drake. That's kind of crazy because it's 50 bands a year is not a lot of money at all.
I made more money than that teaching.
Out of here. And he was writing number ones and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I guess, damn, I never really thought about it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I never understood producers complaining and stuff because it's people out here got it way worse. You know, so I'm happy to be here.
But the Grammy, you got a Grammy, right? Mm-hmm. That's for writing or that's for producing?
Writing.
That's for writing.
I wrote on Lecrae's Gravity album. I wrote on both of them, but that's the one that won a Grammy. The whole album won a Grammy, yeah.
So can you talk about that experience just a little bit? Because I mean, even though it's not necessarily as a producer, that's a goal that a lot of people aspire to reach. Yeah,
man, it was surreal. It was like when I was, you know, I ain't gonna say first started writing, but you know, it was another luck thing, kind of like the Joe Gifted thing. Like it's kind of like which I think you call an omen, something that's telling you that you're supposed to be doing that, like a little, you know, a sign or whatever. But I feel like that's what it was, that, you know.
Okay. Now, how do writers' royalties compare to producers? Is it the same? Is it more? Is it less?
I'm still learning, but yes, it's definitely more as a producer because you get points. Mm-hmm. You get a percentage of the iTunes or the sale of the records versus songwriter. You get
just
mechanicals at 9%, a piece of that 9%. Mm-hmm. You know, 9 cents. I'm sorry, but yeah. So it's like you know, you get your upfront, you get your mechanicals, you get your BMI, you get, you know, your sound exchange. Sometimes with songwriting, you don't get sound exchange either. I get sound exchange with Future because I performed on some of those records, but all the stuff I wrote on, I don't get no sound exchange for that. But yeah.
Which would you rather, or in the future, do you ever have goals to be an artist? Produce your own tracks, you can songwrite?
I've done it. I don't want to be in a box. Like, I want to do it all. Like, I want to, you know.
Well, then what are some other ventures outside of music? That, like,
I want to do movies. I want to do it all. That sounds real country. Movies. I want to do movies. I want to do it all. I don't know. I want to do children's, you know, like cartoon music. It's like I got a baby. Like, it's like, that's a whole nother realm.
Yeah,
you know
talk about that experience as like a producer, a mom. Like, that's something you don't hear. Like,
and you were kind of like in the middle of your run having this baby.
My baby brought me plenty of blessings, man. I feel like that was the reason I feel like it catapulted, you know what I'm saying, went crazy because you're not doing it selfishly anymore. It's not all about you. You know, you're doing it for somebody else too. You know what I'm saying? First it was just, you know, I got to feed me, you know, but I got to feed her and I got a family, I got a fiance, you know, if we get married. So we just, you know,
congratulations
try to, you know, do the whole
that.
family thing. Yeah, appreciate it.
That's what's up.
So that brings us to Overrated, Underrated on the Producergrind podcast with Tasha Catour.
Yeah.
Overrated, Underrated. We simply present you with 5 topics. You tell us whether you think those things are overrated or underrated. If we feel it merits further discussion, we'll ask you to explain.
Okay.
Tasha Catour on Overrated, Underrated on the Producergrind podcast. Overrated, Underrated, collabing with other producers.
Overrated, underrated. Underrated.
Talk about it.
Because I don't know, I do like cooking up by myself, but I do like collabing. I don't like taking melodies, but I do like organically collabing, like sitting here and you know, punching buttons together, you know, whatever. But yeah,
What about when you have to, because it's a creative space and you have two creators? How did you ever feel like you want to do something to a track but you have to take the creative advice of somebody else?
No, because I always take it as a learning experience. Like everybody knows something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We got our own ways of doing things. So I just like the way people move, you know what I'm saying, throughout the system. So, yeah.
Overrated, underrated? The term super producer.
Underrated.
Oh, that's not what I expected. Talk about it.
Because it's not a lot of super producers out here. I feel like a super producer is what I'm trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Someone who can be a Diddy and move stuff around and be, a Timberland who gonna go and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? But somebody who can orchestrate, put plays together, put people in the room together. Like, just really, change someone's sound or elevate them,
How about this? Would you say that word's thrown around a little too much?
It's definitely thrown around too much. People call themselves
super producers just because they get a couple placements.
There aren't any right now. Who's a super producer right now? Like, really? Like,
who would you consider?
I feel like a super producer can write songs and...
It's like the whole package.
So Tasha's a super producer.
I'm a super producer. Yeah, you got to be able to just do a whole 100%. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like just making a beat.
Just creating the music is just part of it.
It's not that. You know what I'm saying? Because producer is a big word, It's not just putting sounds together, So it's putting everything together.
I was going to say Khaled.
Khaled?
Yeah, I feel
Does he write or produce?
I know he gets people in the room. He connects the dots. He does know how to make beats.
But I can see a producer, but not a super producer. He's not doing it all. Like a Jermaine Dupri, that's a super producer. He can write, he sing all them songs like a Babyface, a super producer. And these are just, I know these are older people, but that's what it is. And I feel I take my hat off to Metro because I feel like he brought the, executive producing thing back, made it cool again to be the executive producer. And that way, you get the single, you get all the songs, you gonna get, you get your name, woo, woo, woo. It's just like a whole brand, the nigga's smart. He a genius. That's my buddy, by the way, but he's a genius, you know what I'm saying, for that. But
y'all on the same management, right? Same management.
Definitely, yeah.
So I would guess the answer, but you send out hooks with your records sometimes? Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. Overrated, underrated on the Producergrind podcast with Tasha Catour. Overrated, underrated radio spins.
Oh yeah, overrated, underrated. Underrated, because streams it's taken over, but since I've been a producer, my biggest check, other than TV checks, have come from BMI, and that's from radio spins. So I feel like a lot of people are like, fuck the radio, but radio pays, you know what I'm saying? So
this is gonna sound like a loaded question, but how do you get a record on the radio?
Look, favor. I don't know. You gotta. It's. I don't know. Who knows the recipe? If I knew, you know what I mean? I
get a radio budget.
Yeah, you get definitely. It takes money. If they telling you it don't take money, they lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put all their business out there, but them folks spent the bag just to get that. It happened organically. Like once they seen, okay, this could be some. So that's when you put the money behind. You don't just put it. It's like even with my records, with my projects I'm doing with the girls, I want to just throw the projects out. I don't want to pick a single. I just want to let the people pick it. Because you go put all your money behind one single and then it ain't even it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
heard those
you
stories.
never know what the people gonna fuck with, but they gonna tell you. You should put it out.
I know people that have wasted 6 figures on radio budget.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Overrated, underrated, paying for promo on Instagram.
I've paid for promo when I did my single, and I feel like it helped. It helped a little bit.
Is it overrated or underrated though?
It ain't nothing that deep. It's underrated. It's like, I guess, I want to say niggas did to do it. I don't know, because I ain't got no success from it for real. Like, so I can't really vouch for it or not vouch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I haven't, you know what I'm saying? I've done it, but it's not like I haven't done it.
Well, no, the reason I'm laughing is because people out here breaking their neck trying to figure out what's going on. You out here like, I'm just working.
Right. Make it so simple. I'm like, well, dang.
Really, it's got to be like that, man, to keep my peace of mind.
Do you think it's kind of corny when you see a sponsor, when you see the little sponsor banner under Instagram ads?
No, I like it. I mean, I be thinking of ways to do me a video like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping on it. I get it, do it. Whatever way.
I give you props for your Instagram though, because it entertains me. Like the Baps cover, that was dope.
Thank you.
I thought, who did that?
Me. Well, who did the art? Oh, Lo Chong. She fire.
Shout out Lo Chong.
Fuck with her, man. LOWCHUN. Lo Chong. I think that's how you say it, but
like you seem to kind of naturally get like even just she put that check on there like over a year ago. But I remembered that. Like that, hell, as a producer up and coming, that motivates the fuck out of me. Like shit, they out here getting real checks and I need to get to work.
Man, it's time to hit this laptop.
That's what I do it for, man. I won't, let y'all know niggas out here eating for real.
So lastly, Overrated, Underrated on the Producer Grind podcast with Tasha Catour. Overrated, Underrated, paying for World Star.
I told you I don't fuck with World Star. I don't know. Like I wasn't part of that little vibe. No, I never.
Even like 4 or 5 years ago, you wasn't going on World Star?
Maybe when Trinidad Jane put that up there, but that never was my go-to type of thing, honestly. Nah, for real. I guess overrated, I guess.
It's not that deep. I think that's the answer. That's the answer. It's not that deep.
Exactly.
Welcome to the Producer Grind podcast. Overrated, underrated, or it's not that deep.
All right, man. She got me out here thinking we just thinking too hard about this shit, man. It's just gonna work.
Yeah, we that's a good idea. That we might need to do that for the merch.
Yeah, right. You know Overrated, underrated. It's not that deep. I like that.
All right. So next up on the Producer Grind podcast, we have the factor.
Yep, the factor. So basically what we do is we give you a topic to talk about for 30 seconds without pausing, saying ooh, or anything. So you just talk straight for 30 seconds about the topic.
It'll be hard, but I might lose real quick.
Well, you would be the first one. You would be the first one.
Okay.
Elle, you got the timer ready?
I got the timer ready.
And what's the topic for today?
The topic is, what are all the steps a producer needs to go through to build an artist from the ground up? All the steps a producer needs to go through to build an artist from the ground up.
Are you ready?
All right, Tasha Catour on the factor on the Producer Grind podcast. Are you ready?
I don't know.
3, 2, 1.
First, you gotta find the artist. You gotta find one that's worth you putting your passion and your time into. You gotta find a sound for that artist. I don't know, man. Yeah,
okay. I fucks with it though, because it's not that deep.
Yeah. Exactly. Just organically. Just let it happen.
So, we see that you do, you have a situation, a management situation with Rico Brooks. I think there's a lot of producers out there that feel they need a manager. What exactly does a manager do for a producer?
That's a good question. Because I battle with that. Like, I love Rico, and he's been looking out for me for a long time. But I feel like I didn't need a manager at first. I feel like a manager is supposed to give you advice. Like, just to be real, I feel like, I had a manager when I was signing my paperwork with Future, and I feel like that's why I put you in place to help me, not go down the wrong roads. But, on his end, he probably, I still probably would have signed it, whether he told me not to or not to, to do it or not to do it, whatever. But I feel like that's what a manager's supposed to be, that confidant and that advice when you need, when you might not be, because this is a snaky game, So you need a manager when you got something to manage. You know what I'm saying? You got to have shit going on. You can't really just giving somebody 20% of your $100.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you just give them a percentage just to be a counselor? That's it?
Well, not a counselor, of course. I mean, more than that, of course, but he, like, a manager's supposed to orchestrate plays, negotiate your fee, the confidant, the thing, stuff like that. The
right hand man.
Your like,
I think there's a lot of people out here that think, they get you placements, sell beats for you.
Get you placement.
That's what they do, though?
Yeah.
In theory, I'm talking in theory versus realistically.
Yeah, because that's
not to. I don't want you to talk crap about your manager. That's not.
No,
that's not
I'm
the
not.
goal.
No, I just want to be real. It's not about talking crap about it. It's just about being real. I mean, he has helped me in a lot of ways. He's been there for me when I ain't had shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's another thing. That's an attribute. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't all bad. But I feel like you need a manager when you got something to manage. You got to have, like, Metro, he need a manager. You got a lot of shit going on. You know, everything every way.
All that type of stuff.
But versus me, you know what I'm saying? I need it. But at first I did it. You know, at first, like, long time ago. Unless he was going to be that advice, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I ain't had shit going on for real. I love and respect for him believing in me and saying, okay, I want to fuck with her because I think, you know, she got it. Or she, you know, could be something. But if you got $100, you can give somebody, you know, 20% of that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to be really bringing, you know, some money in to be able to give up that 20, 15 or whatever you pay your manager. And he got to be working for it too. Like, I just feel like you know, you kill what you eat, you know? If you bring me to play, facilitate the play, then we gonna bust it down. But other than that, if I go get to play myself, kill it and cook the shit and cut it up,
right?
And I'm gonna give you half mine. No, I can't do that. Can't be that fool.
Makes sense.
Well, just as Atlanta, has anybody ever sat in that seat? I like that shit.
Yeah.
Kill what you eat. Goddamn right.
Yeah.
So what's next for you in 2018?
Man, my projects. I'm just trying to go crazy with my girls and just build a whole movement. Show them that females can do it too. Girls can do it too, you know?
Speaking of what's up next, I almost forgot. I've been working with you and DJ Issa, Charity Yvonne in London, Elixir, and we got the Bring Your Own Beats August coming up here at the end of the month. So wanted to first of all say thank you because I hadn't had a chance to even actually meet you since we set that up. So I appreciate you for that. But I've seen you at some other beat battles and beat showcases, right? You kind of judging, you know, looking on. And
I participated in them.
Oh, so you came through the beat battle circuit?
Not for real, but I did like 2 of them. Because I wanted to, like, you know, get my name out there. And I felt like that was probably a way. And I just wanted to get them heard and put them next to some other producers or whatever. And see if I could stand. I made it to, like, the second before the last or whatever.
Quarterfinals.
Like, yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, so I want to ask this question. We do ask this. Does winning a beat battle project to having success with an artist?
No, because beat battle beats are different. I feel like a lot of those guys, it's moments. It's for moments. I feel like more. It's moments in music or whatever, but they're different type of beats. I feel like when you're trying to win a beat battle versus you trying to get a placement. You know, so no.
Well, that's what's up. We'll look forward to seeing you out there on Tuesday, August 28th for the Bring Your Own Beats. I got to plug my event, man. Let me plug my event. Oh, yeah, no,
I didn't want to cut you off. My bad.
My event. Hey,
go ahead, bro. What day was it at?
It's August 28th.
Oh, what time can
it's at Powder Blue. Powder Blue Studios, 8 p.m., August 28th. Check the flyer on Instagram if you want to come play some beats. But Tasha Catour will be in the building.
Please come see me. Yes.
So I was having a question. What was my question? It was something about beat battles. Oh yeah, what would be the purpose of going to a beat battle? I know you said you wanted to get just to compare your beat. Like it's almost like all right, let me go. I've been working on this at home, and let me go test it up against somebody else's stuff. But I'm not saying that. Is that all you should expect out of it?
No, I wanted to build a following. I want people to hear my tag. I wanted people to, you know, let it resonate with them. My sound, my face. You get to stand up there and just, you know, be you.
Like
you know
it's like almost being like an artist.
It's like being an artist, yeah. It's like, you know, and it's a platform. Why not use it?
I got another overrated under for you. Beat battle dance routines.
Dylan, don't do them like that.
I don't know. I'm a shy girl, so I have, you know, I don't really do
you know
what I just stood up there. I know what you're talking about. I said they be getting up there and getting down.
We ain't gonna see you at a beat battle doing a head spin or nothing, right?
Nah. I'm too cool for school.
A little air guitar, air piano.
Right. Too cool for school.
You know, for real.
Not that deep.
It's really not that deep. As a songwriter, do you hear, when you're at a beat battle, do you ever hear ideas for songs? Or like, I know you said it's a different type of...
I met a dope songwriter there.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you recommend that artists hang out at beat battles?
Definitely. I definitely feel like it's a networking platform as well. Just getting out. I met a lot of good people there.
Yeah.
At beat battles.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. In the position you're in at this point, you got to be scouting talent. now when you're out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, I was saying, talk about that.
Honestly, I mean, a lot of people been approaching me trying to get me to sign like producers and writers and stuff like that, but
you got a 10-month-old baby.
Yeah, that too. But just like my experience with Future, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, not putting them down, but I don't want that weight on me of somebody else's whole career. And they like, oh, Tasha, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to, I'm trying to handle my own shit. Like, I don't need, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in a couple of years, I'll be ready for that. But right now, let me build my foundation. Let me get my house up, you know, put my brick by brick, you know?
Well, that's real. That's a real fair way to
But I'm definitely going to get me some female producers and songwriters. Poetic Pen, that's my publishing company. Fuck with me.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what is it like? Balancing being a mom and being a producer.
It's
especially
hard work.
in our industry. It takes a lot of late nights and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's hard work, especially when you're mom too. Like dad, y'all gonna woo, come in and out. Woo, but mom, and I'm breastfeeding, so it's like she real attached.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I got to be back, and in a decent amount of time, so she can eat. So it's a job, but it's rewarding and it's a joy. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put her back up in them for nothing. I keep her whatever.
That's a gift.
Love my baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
This has been one of the most unique interviews we've ever done.
Right, it's a whole different energy.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because, listen, I know one of my goals is to empower female producers. And I know a lot of times that means just getting out of the way, right? And so where, this is going to be a dope interview. You're one of our first female producer we've ever interviewed. It just turns out to be just a dope fucking interview because you're dope as fuck. So thank you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good.
Thank you for that.
I thank y'all for having me, man. I've been wanting to come on here. I made it now, man. I'm on Producergrind.
Look, we tell everybody.
You said you saw Mark on there, right?
Yeah, I see Mark and Lan.
Did
my
you
brother
see
Lan.
Mark's factor?
No, I didn't. I need to go look.
So remember, it was right after booty.
Y'all didn't let Mark talk that much, though. That's what I remember, man. I know Lan talked most of the time, wasn't it?
We only had one mic. We never that was the only time we ever had two.
I love Lan too, but I'm just saying, that's my brother.
To defend us, man, we only had one mic. That was the first time we only had two guests.
I didn't get that far. I'm sorry.
And to defend that too, Mark, half of what he gonna say, we go, goddamn.
Yeah. I already know but it's my partner, then, so we good.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Another successful podcast.
Yeah. Where can we find you on social media?
Tasha Catour, TASHACATOUR. Everything same.
All right.
Appreciate you pulling up.
No, thank y'all for having me.
Signing out.
Salute.